Hey everyone, it's Rajiv and welcome to my channel Rajiv's Reviews. In this video, I'm going to be giving my book review of Bird Box by Josh Malerman. The story revolves around this woman named Malorie who is taking her son and daughter, who she has named as boy and girl, to this place that none of them have ever been before. While this might not seem so strange, the weird part is that they are all blindfolded, and we get to learn that they have to remain blindfolded because there is something out there which people look at and they go crazy and kill themselves if they see it. So the whole story takes place as to Mallory's journey being blindfolded and taking her children to this new destination. And the story flashbacks to how she became pregnant and how this whole situation came into being and how she got to the place where she is presently. That's all I'm going to say about this book because I want everyone to pick up this book and read it because it was just so amazing. So I've been wanting to read this book ever since the Netflix adaptation came out back in 2018. And for some reason or the other, I never got the chance to sit down and read it. So I finally blocked some time and decided to read this book last weekend. And I really could not put it down because, like I said, it was just amazing. This is one of those books where the story is a very simple concept, but when you are reading it, it sounds so unique and fresh and unlike anything else that you have read before. From the get-go, the author sets the suspenseful tone of the book and he maintains this tone consistently throughout. So you are at the edge of your seat on each page when you read it. In fact, one of the things which I really liked about the author's style of writing is how he manages to make the reader be completely immersed with the characters while they are reading and finding out what is happening. What I mean to say is that this is not one of those books where we get to find out what the monster looks like or how they react before the characters find out themselves. So it's like we are in the same page as Mallory as she goes through this journey, and we are also left, for the better term, in the dark as to some of the things which go unexplained in the book. Even after I finished reading the book, I was left in the same situation as Mallory is in, where you really don't know what the monster looks like or what happens to Gary or such things. In fact, I kind of liked how the author keeps some of these questions unanswered because I felt like it really worked in this story, even though I sometimes don't like the same concept in other stories. But in Bird Box, I thought it went really well, where I could use my own interpretation as to what the monsters do and how they came into being. But yeah, like I said before, I really loved Josh Malerman's style of writing, and I loved how he sets the suspense and the paranoia of the characters, and we get to see how stressed Mallory becomes as she gets closer towards her pregnancy. And I also loved how the book alternates each chapter between the present and the past. And I've read a few other books in the same format, and I always love this format because it keeps the readers on their toes and you never get bored when feel like the story is dragging, because the pacing and the timeline and the characters change from chapter to chapter. So it's like you're moving back and forth and it's always interesting. I think the one chapter where Mallory is in the attic and where she is delivering is one of the most intense chapters that I have ever read, because you really don't know what is happening outside the room and you hear the same noises that Mallory is hearing and you don't know what is happening. And it is one of those chapters which I don't think I will ever forget, ever. I'm really curious to see how they would have adapted this chapter in the movie, and I really cannot wait to watch the movie adaptation. I also loved Mallory's interactions with the other housemates like Tom and Olympia and Dawn and even Gary. In fact, all the other supporting characters are also written in a very well-mannered fashion where even though they are only there for a short time, you really get to know a bit of their personality. I really hated Gary more than anything because you know how dangerous and how creepy he can get. And I really didn't know what he would do to Mallory in that chapter when she is in the attic. I love the children also because you really start feeling sorry for them in certain places, but at the same time, you're also fascinated as to how their hearing skills and the way they just scan their surroundings, the senses just heightened up even though they cannot see. So as you can make out from this video, I was totally engrossed with this book and I loved reading every minute of it. And I really cannot wait for the sequel that's coming out later this year, which is going to be book 2 in the series. And I'm very excited about that. Overall, I loved reading Bird Box and I would give it a full 5 out of 5 star rating. If you enjoyed watching this video, then please do like, share, and subscribe. And please click on the bell notifications icon to get notifications on whenever I post something new. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care, be safe. Bye.